Why Patrick Stewart hated Picard's pet lionfish in Star Trek: The Next Generation. When Star Trek: The Next Generation premiered in 1987, audiences were immediately captivated by the calm, commanding presence of Captain Jean-Luc Picard, portrayed with trademark gravitas by Patrick Stewart. Stewart's portrayal brought a certain elegance and restraint to the role, embodying a leader whose decisions were thoughtful, whose demeanor was measured, and whose love of Earl Grey tea was, frankly, iconic. But behind the scenes, not every aspect of Picard's life was as smooth and controlled as the audience imagined. One particular element, a small, exotic lionfish kept as a pet in the captain's quarters, became an unexpected source of friction between Stewart and the show's production. The lionfish, named Silas by the production team, first appeared in the four-season episode Legacy. Unlike typical on-set props, Silas was a living, breathing creature, shipped from a specialized aquarium supplier. Its design was meant to mirror Picard's personality: elegant, solitary, slightly dangerous, and ultimately mesmerizing. In theory, the lionfish was supposed to underscore the captain's refined taste and hint at his contemplative side. In practice, it became Patrick Stewart's private nemesis. Stewart, a classically trained Shakespearean actor, was no stranger to working with animals on stage. But lionfish are not just your average goldfish. They have venomous spines, delicate fins, and an unpredictable temperament. On set, Stewart reportedly found the creature stressful to work with. Its sudden darting movements and penchant for knocking over carefully arranged props disrupted the precision Stewart prided himself on. Imagine attempting a poignant soliloquy about starfleet ethics while a venomous fin waves dangerously near your face. That was Patrick Stewart's reality. What compounded the issue was the technical logistics of filming with a live lionfish. The tank required specific lighting and water temperature to survive, which conflicted with the studio's heat lamps and filming schedule. Often, scenes had to be retaken multiple times because Silas refused to stay in frame or simply hid behind plants. Stewart, who valued efficiency and professionalism, grew increasingly frustrated. Reports from the set describe him muttering under his breath about the treachery of this oceanic interloper, and on more than one occasion, he refused to interact with the fish during close-up shots, opting instead to gesture vaguely toward the tank. The tension between Stewart and Silas was also philosophical. Stewart had a reputation for method acting, fully inhabiting Picard's persona both on and off the camera. For him, Picard's intelligence and poise were central to his identity. But he felt that the lionfish, while visually striking, introduced an element of chaos that undermined Picard's composure. There's even a humorous anecdote from a crew member recalling Stewart telling the director, "I can command starships, negotiate with alien civilizations, and navigate moral dilemmas, but I cannot control this." This peace-seemed tyrant. The comment, delivered deadpan, epitomized Stewart's mix of exasperation and dry humor regarding the fish. Despite his personal misgivings, Stewart remained professional and accommodated the lionfish when necessary. However, his subtle acts of defiance became somewhat legendary among the crew. During a scene in which Picard was supposed to feed Silas, Stewart allegedly substituted a small rock for the actual food, eliciting a mix of panic and amusement from the animal wranglers. While this might seem mischievous, it speaks to Stewart's desire to maintain control over his performance environment. The lionfish, unpredictable and venomous, simply did not fit into his vision of a composed, authoritative captain. Interestingly, the lionfish became a source of fascination for fans, sparking debates about why Picard, a man who carefully curated his life, would keep such a dangerous pet. Some saw it as a metaphor for his hidden complexities, an outwardly controlled individual who secretly harbors a wild streak. Others speculated that it reflected Starfleet's progressive values. Even a starship captain could appreciate the beauty and danger of life beyond human experience. Yet behind the scenes, the metaphor was lost on Stewart, whose experience was defined by sleepless nights worrying whether the fish would leap from its tank mid-scene. Over time, the lionfish was quietly retired from the show. Silas' last appearance was in a background shot, carefully framed to avoid interaction with Stewart. While the creature itself became a minor footnote in TNG lore, the story of Stewart's discomfort has lived on as a charming behind-the-scenes anecdote, revealing a rare glimpse into the actor's meticulous nature. Stewart's distaste for the lionfish was not born of cruelty or disdain for animals. It was born from a desire to maintain the